Meanwhile, we do not want our local automotive industry to suffer from unfair competition posed by smuggled special utility vehicles, especially. You know, when there's a smuggled sports car, we sell it at an auction with a special committee composed of NGOs overseeing it. And we earmark the proceeds of the auction for social welfare projects because super luxury cars don't compete with any cars produced in the Philippines, but SUVs do. So rather than sell them at auction, we'd rather do away with the small taxes that we have to sacrifice in order to save the industry itself, who pays more taxes. That is why you have seen pictures of smuggled special utility vehicles literally being smashed by the government's wrecking teams. So let us together sharpen our drive against corruption and smuggling. Last March, I instructed the Department of Finance and Customs to form a government civil society body called Portal, or Ports Transparency Alliance, to monitor collection efforts, gather lifestyle and corruption information, and follow up major evasion or smuggling cases, in close coordination with the Presidential Anti-Smuggling Group. I hope CAMPI is active in Portal. And on the macro picture, in order to promote the growth of industries like yours, as well as the best interest of the majority of our citizens, it's essential for government to maintain a peaceful and orderly society. Most of you are aware of the disturbance of peace and order from the MILF-affiliated rebel groups who recently attacked civilians and destroyed properties in North Cotabato, Sarangani, and especially Lanao del Norte. As Commander-in-Chief, I think most of you also have heard me order the AFP and the PNP to pursue and neutralize those responsible for these treacherous attacks. But we remain committed to the peace process in Mindanao. We are not at war with the Muslim communities. These recent developments in the South lead to a change in the basic premise of our peace efforts. The focus of our talks shall shift from the armed groups to the communities. The parameters governing our negotiations shall be a balance between constitutionality and public sentiment. The objective of our peace processes shall be the end of all forms of armed rebellion in the country. Translated, they shall mean a national rejection of armed struggle as a means of achieving political and societal change and reaffirming our commitment to democracy. Our engagements with all armed groups shall be about disarmament, demobilization, and rehabilitation, or DDR. From negotiations, our focus shall shift to dialogues with the communities, or government conducting authentic conversations or dialogues with the people. All armed groups must account for all of their actions, not only to the government, but most especially to the people. The force of arms does not entitle any armed group to represent the people. DDR is about the people and government telling armed groups to give up armed struggle. Change shall be defined primarily by the people and the government. So in this way, that Campi has been a steady partner in our nation's 28 quarters of consecutive growth, I have high hopes that Campi will also be a staunch supporter, in fact, an influential supporter in our quest for long-lasting peace in Mindanao and therefore in the whole Philippines. And in this environment, I have high hopes that the Philippine automotive industry will stand strong and continue to expand our country's presence in the global value chain of automotive manufacturing. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Congratulations on this motor show.